Moms make most of the food decisions for themselves and others in their family. So today we're talking with Lisa Mastela, CEO of Bumpin Blends, a smoothie cube company. And we're going to hear how their company has evolved from pregnancy only smoothies to becoming smoothies for everyone. Learnings around the health benefits and flavors moms are buying most, along with Lisa's learnings on niching too much, how to avoid alienating moms, helping moms avoid decision fatigue, and why it's crucial to ensure a simple and quick checkout experience with moms. Lisa Mastela is a registered dietitian with a master's in nutrition and public health. Throughout her work, she ended up recommending smoothies to all her clients and patients to support different ailments from gut health woes to sleep and stress. While pregnant herself, she turned to smoothies as a means to hack her pregnancy systems, making a smoothie concoction for everything from her low energy to swollen ankles. Her friends and family fell in love with her smoothies, and she learned firsthand how annoying making smoothies at home is. They're messy, time consuming, and it never tastes quite right. So she created Bumpin Blends, frozen, pre-blended smoothie cubes that support specific areas of health, ready in seconds with no mess. She built the company in her garage on her maternity leave with $18,000 of her savings. She's bootstrapped that little company to seven figures in revenue online in Costco, and it's now launching in 3,000 stores nationwide. Welcome to Marketing with Empathy, the podcast for brands that want to target and engage moms. Moms influence or control 85% of all household purchases, making them a lucrative market to figure out. But many brands struggle to connect with moms through their content. Even if moms aren't your only audience, they're a critical one to figure out for so many brands. And if that's you, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Sarah Panus, and I have more than 20 years of experience helping and working with big brands to small brands, including Sleep Number, SheFit, American Express, LegalZoom, and more. So tune in here for ideas that'll get your products and services into the hands of more moms who need them, so your brand can effectively reach more moms and drive sales. And thanks to your support, this podcast is in the top 5% of all podcasts and a proud member of the Marketing Podcast Network. So let's hear from today's sponsors and then jump right into my conversation with Lisa Mastela of Bumpin Blends. Okay, Lisa, I'm so excited to share your story with everyone because you are a brand that's walking the talk and you're doing the things that we want to talk about on this show, which is about helping brands better connect with more moms and mom customers. So you have an interesting growth story that I would just love you to walk people through. You know, when you started your company in 2019, you did something that I think is really smart. You niched in, you focused on one audience that you wanted to help serve, and that was helping sell smoothies to and for pregnant women. So it was like pregnancy smoothies essentially, right?
Yeah,
And so you fast forward 5 years to when we're recording this now, and now you market your smoothies as being for everyone, but really great for moms. So can you just briefly talk us through the different phases that you've gone through as your company has grown and why you decided to change your audience and message at each step? Because it's a great example for all of us thinking about how we go from one thing to the next.
absolutely. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of phases. So we started in 2019, we were pregnancy smoothies. It was all over our website, it was in our messaging. When someone ordered, we asked them what their due date was so that we could customize their experience to where they were at in their pregnancy. And they'd receive literally like a packet of tips and tricks for your eighth month of pregnancy and that sort of thing. Very highly targeting pregnant women and really only accepting pregnant women as customers because we were pregnancy smoothies. And I created the company when I was pregnant because these smoothies helped my pregnancy symptoms because each one of our smoothies is functional. So I guess for anyone listening that doesn't know, we make frozen smoothie cubes. Each flavor supports something specific. So we have a smoothie for energy, for mood, for digestion, for headaches, you name it. Now we have a sex drive smoothie, anything you can think of, trouble sleeping. And when I was pregnant, I had a new issue every day. And so that's how I kind of came up with the idea for these smoothie cubes. So naturally, when I started the company, the idea was for pregnant women to help their symptoms and their needs. And so I built the company when I was like 9 months pregnant and on my maternity leave. And so the whole like ethos of the company starting was pregnant women. And so we started and we hit the ground running. We're making these smoothies for pregnant women. And within the first few weeks, even first month or two, we started to have like our first original customers who had given birth. And we had heard from a couple of customers, and I mean, when you only have 30, 50 customers in that first month or so, you really listen. And they were like, "Oh, I'm so sad. I have to cancel my subscription. I had my baby, so I'm not pregnant anymore. Well, yeah, I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss these smoothies so much." And I was like, "Wait, that's not what I want." Customer who loves our smoothies, who drinks them every morning, and she's so sad she has to cancel her subscription because she just had her baby. And
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, well, now we need to adjust our messaging. Now they're for pregnancy and postpartum and new moms. And then we quickly launched a line, like literally same day, I think, launched on our website lactation cookies. And now you can get the smoothies and the lactation cookies. You can build your box to include a mix of them. And these are the smoothies great for postpartum. These are the lactation cookies. And then we did that, and that was fantastic. People went nuts over that. And we ended up really growing our audience because we were reaching a whole new subset of moms, of people who are postpartum and trying to
Mhm.
breastfeed. So now not only were we getting our pregnant moms, we also had this whole new group of customers. And our business, like, bam, doubled or even tripled overnight.
Wow.
And I'm like, wait, there's a lot of people that we could be reaching with these smoothies who need support with mood, need support with sleep, need support with digestion, energy, all these things that looked at us, thought, I'm not pregnant, and closed their Instagram or their browser. So that sort of opened up my eyes to how many people were interested in our product who were ignoring us because they weren't pregnant. And I think it's great to be niche. I think it's wonderful to have a niche product targeting one specific subset of moms. But, you know, a lot of motherhood's journey has very similar effects on people. You know, if you're pregnant and you're feeling moody, or you're postpartum and feeling moody, or if you're feeling exhausted and fatigued postpartum and you're feeling exhausted and fatigued with a teenager, you're feeling that exhaustion and fatigue as a mom, whether
Mhm.
you're a new mom or a seasoned mom. And so that's when we started to sort of play with the idea of being for all moms. Because then it was like we were getting customer service questions of like, when am I not postpartum anymore? I'm like, I'm postpartum. I feel like I'll always be postpartum. Um, so it's sort of like you want to be niche, you want to target those customers because everyone tells brands to be niche, but you also don't want to exclude people who would benefit from your product, who would be interested in purchasing it because you're too niche or your messaging is just too niche. And so we sort of kept adapting and adapting. Then we were for all moms. Then we sort of were like for everyone, but our messaging still was toward the mom. And then we have landed on this place where we're in 3,200 stores nationwide, all 50 states. You can find us in store, you can find us online. We have customers who are men, we have customers who are college students, we have customers who are grandmothers. We are for everyone now, but we still focus a lot of our marketing efforts on the millennial and Gen X mom because those are the people who are holding the purchasing power for an entire family versus just for themselves. So the mom, as much as we have made a lot of progress in this arena, more often than not, the mom is the one making the food decisions for the family. She's the one
Mhm.
grocery shopping. She's the one deciding what everyone's having for breakfast. And she is making those decisions for herself, maybe for her partner, for her teenager, for her toddler, for her baby, for her preschooler. Um, and so that's the woman that we are mostly targeting in our marketing still.
What's smart about it is you took insights and you grew. I've worked with some brands and observed some brands that have tried to go too big, too fast, or too broad, and then they just start alienating their core base. So you haven't done
Hmm.
that. You've been really smart. You've been taking the feedback. You've grown based on that feedback, and you still have your sweet spot. So it's a great example. I wanted to start there because it's just really smart in terms of kind of thinking about who you serve, one, and then for all of us listening, how we think about company growth and what's next, and how we listen to those insights to be able to grow our brands. So, since you mostly sell then to moms, what marketing insights have you noticed about the moms that are buying your products?
moms are so different. Like, there really are so many differences in moms, and a lot of moms can feel really inspired by a message, whereas other moms can feel kind of triggered by that message. And so I think what every mom relates to is different. Be really mindful of that and be very careful with your messaging, not to alienate or offend anyone, to just be really mindful of the messaging.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're unsure, run it by a few different moms, because I think that often I myself, as a mom consumer, have been really turned off by certain messaging from companies trying to target me. And so we've always been very careful with our messaging, whether we're sending a text to subscribers, whether we're sending a mass email, whether we're putting out an Instagram post. Um, we're very mindful with our messaging to be very compassionate and empathetic without being over the top. We try not to say like husband. Not every mom has a husband. Not every mom even wants a husband. Some moms have a wife, some moms have a girlfriend, some moms have a boyfriend, some moms have nobody and like it that way. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're very careful, like for instance, with our sex drive smoothie. This is one where it would be so easy for a brand to put in messaging of like, oh yeah, sex drive smoothie for moms. You and your husband should try it. That
Yeah.
sort of stuff. We've never said anything like that. If anything, I feel like we more often purport the sex drive smoothie. Have more fun with yourself. We more have fun with it of like, hey, you deserve to feel sexy yourself. So drinking the smoothie helps you feel that way. And so I think when it comes to marketing to moms, being extremely mindful of your messaging in that regard is super, super important. And to just double, triple check, if you're unsure, run it by a couple moms. I think lots of moms can tell you those horror stories of like marketing messaging or ads we've received that are like, oof, that missed the
Mm-hmm.
mark. And now I'm pissed off. And so it's kind of obvious to see when a company's marketing is run by moms versus run by somebody else trying to reach moms.
Mm-hmm.
And so to be mindful of that, to always ask moms is really important, I
Before this interview, you guys sent me all these awesome samples of
think.
your smoothies. And what's so cool, you guys, is they're in these cubes. And basically you just it's already pre-measured everything. You just add like whatever the fluid is that you want with it. So like I have developed such a fondness for your cinnamon toast smoothie
Oh,
cubes. They're so good. You put like a cup of these cubes in, and then I do a cup of almond milk, and I put stevia in it to make it a little sweeter. But I know Lisa has shared with me I should like wean myself off of stevia, so I will work on that. That's how I make it. I really really like it. And I got mine from Walmart. They're so good. And that particular one, cinnamon toast, is for mood boost. I'm not even taking it for like the mood boost because I'm generally in a really good mood, but I just
Yeah.
love the flavor. I just love the taste of it. And I know it's healthy for me. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of different things you've mentioned. What are your best sellers in terms of like which types of outcome are the moms looking for based on
Yeah.
outcomes?
Yeah. And it's actually very interesting you're not alone in choosing it for the flavor versus the benefit. And I think that when we developed the company, a lot of the benefits they're so overarching. For instance, mood boost. You might be in a great mood, but the mood boost smoothie more so are targeting like balancing your energy and your hormones throughout the day. So it's more about providing you with healthy fats, whole grain fiber. Like it's just sort of giving you the nutrients you need to have more of that stability. Because often moms might be feeling moody or cranky or what have you. And it's related to either what part of their cycle they're in, or how much sleep they had, or how touched out they are, or how
Mhm. Day,
how moody their kids are that
I
day.
would too.
Exactly.
My kids
And
are
how
getting
much
in
they
that
have on
moody
their
phase.
plate.
Yep.
And so that smoothie is more about like, you know what? This woman probably has not had a balanced meal with healthy fats, healthy carbs, healthy protein in it in a
Mhm.
while. And so a lot of the mood boost benefits even benefit people who are already in a good mood, because then it might provide more balanced energy throughout the day or things like that. So a lot of women choose it for the symptoms, or the needs. And then a lot of women choose it for the flavor. Online, our best seller is our Bangin' Banana Split smoothie, which is a chocolate banana flavor for sex drive. It's got a little spice to it with like some cinnamon, but it's really like a deep chocolatey rich. I make it into ice cream. It's so good as ice cream.
Mm.
Um, but it just kind of makes you feel, one, it really boosts energy. Like honestly, almost as much as it drives sex drive, it boosts energy, but it just kind of boosts that sort of like feisty energy in you. It has like maca root in it, and it has the dark chocolate and the cinnamon. It really gives you like you just feel like you got a little spring in your step. You feel a little confident, you feel a little sassy. And that's like the effect I really feel with it. So I like to drink it whenever, like, you know, sex drive, not sex drive. I think it's great before like a live interview or something. I would love to drink something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking
But
before I do, like, a speech or something on a stage, you should, like or you're giving a
100%.
big presentation or you have, like,
Yeah.
a hard discussion with your boss, like, maybe you take one of these smoothies to feel a little feisty, huh?
100%. Yes.
Okay,
And
I
that's a
like
great
it.
like point on like the messaging for moms and stuff. It's like sex drive, you wouldn't, but like that is, it sort of makes you feel like, hell yeah, I'm getting it today. Like this is, things are going my way. And we also, on the flip side, even though not every mom is like this, we have had customers say like this smoothie saved my marriage. Like this smoothie to give me that feeling of just confidence and sexiness and sassiness and everything, like, that is kind of we just needed that. I mean, people feeding it to their husbands. I've totally fed it to my husband,
Yeah. So it's got the
Um,
flavor and the other benefits, like a win-win
yeah,
combo
yeah.
probably, right,
I
okay.
think it's no coincidence that the other bestsellers on our site are all of our flavors with chocolate in them, like peanut butter cup, thin mint, those sorts of things are bestsellers on our site too. And then in retail stores, our bestseller is our Barbie flavor, which is interesting because that tells us a lot about the consumer and what they're prioritizing and maybe who they're shopping with or who they have at home. So Barbie, we have a Barbie license flavor in store. It's Barbie's Strawberry Dream. It's like strawberries, coconut, raspberry. It's delicious. It benefits skin health. It has collagen in it. So it's really for like glowing skin and hair and nails. And it's very cute. It looks like this, a little Barbie flavor. But this is our bestseller in stores.
Okay, so we have Barbie flavor, we have anything like chocolate, peanut butter, mint, we have sex drive, and then energy you said, right?
Yeah.
Energy ones were like a good seller too, right?
The second bestseller on our site is peanut butter cup, which is for energy. And that's a
Mhm.
peanut butter chocolate. That's also the second bestseller in stores.
When we were talking before this interview, you had talked about the challenges that we go through in a day-to-day basis. There's a lot of decision fatigue. I thought that was a great one to bring up in terms of how your smoothies can help
Yeah.
offset decision fatigue. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that was a big part of why we started as a subscription. So our main like bread and butter as a company is our direct to consumer subscription box. You have a subscription with us. We deliver your flavors once a month. Bing, bang, boom. You don't have to think about
Uh-huh.
it. You can obviously select your flavors, choose what you want. You can change it up each month. But a lot of why we did this was that I wanted to sort of take something off of a mom's plate. So moms have too much to do all the time. They are making decisions for an entire family potentially. They're making decisions maybe for their parents who are older. They're making decisions of what everyone's going to eat, what everyone's going to buy, what everyone's going to do, if they're going to do soccer or dance. And it just feels like we have so many things to decide all day, every day, that
Mhm.
like the best gift that you could possibly give a mom is to not have to choose.
Yeah.
Like that's I think why women often find so sexy when a man is like, I made us reservations. It's like, yes, I don't have to decide where we're gonna eat dinner.
Yep.
Like the biggest turnoff for me is when my husband's like, we should do a date night. Where do you want to go? That's not a date night. That's every night. I decide what we eat. I mean, but for a woman, what's really something that is almost novel to us, sadly, not always women, but moms, what can be novel to us is like just someone else making all of our decisions for us. Just decide for me. I decide for everyone, especially working moms. Like I have to make decisions that I'm a CEO. I'm making decisions a million times a day at work. And then I come home and my family's like, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
And so it can be very overwhelming as a mom. And the subscription was a means to help women with that, help moms with that, to take something off their plate. All of our subscriptions come with your own 24/7 nutritionist via text. So that's like a real dietitian who you can just text them and be like, I'm feeling uh, sluggish, slow digestion, and bloated this week. And she'll be like, I got you, and then send you whatever flavors help with those things. Or you can
Cool.
say, I only like chocolate and peanut butter. We
Mhm.
got that. I hate banana. We got that. And
Mhm.
so you can really offload a lot of that decision making to us and our team, and we take care of that for you, which is really easy.
Nice. Is there any other advice that you have for brands that are listening and they're trying to reach more moms? What would you say to them?
Hire a mom. Like, I think that, moms undergo things that only other moms understand. When you've created a human and gotten it out of you, or you just take care of small humans.
Mhm.
Motherhood is very unique, and if you haven't gone through it, it's very hard to understand it from an outsider's perspective. So the best thing I can recommend is to either consult with several moms or to be a mom and understand it yourself. But if you are a mom and you are looking for that advice, I mean, look inward and really think about you as a consumer, your friends as a consumer. What messaging should you be sensitive about? What messaging should you run with? And just really thinking about it of the perspective of all moms and being mindful to not put something out there before really chewing on it first. And then just look at what a mom, like what their challenges are. What are the hard parts of their day? Where are the friction points of what they have to do? And how can you make those better for them? And then how can you message to them that you're going to make that better in a really clear, concise way? Because moms don't look at anything for more than a second or two. We only have a second. We only have that like fleeting moment and then we forget about it. Um, and so in that one moment, how can you convey that you're going to make this element of their life easier? And I think that's something we're still always working on, but it's the way to reach the mom is like, how can you make their life easier? And then in the same vein, how do you make your checkout experience easier? I think that's huge for moms because we're always like go, 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 go. We're doing a million different things. We're probably scrolling Instagram while we're cooking dinner, while we're supervising homework, while we're cleaning the house, 10 things at once. If
Mhm.
we're passing an Instagram ad and we see something, we're like, whoa, all right, take my money. And then we click that and it's like a whole process. We're not buying it. We're like, we already closed the phone because we looked at it and it was too much. So anything you can do to shorten that checkout experience and make it very mom friendly of one click, two clicks. Like we got 1 second here. You have my attention 1 second. Um, could be really powerful.
Yes, beautiful. Well, tell us, where can people find Bumpin Blends smoothie cubes first, and then how can people connect with you online if they
Yeah.
wanna reach out?
The best place to learn more is bumpinblends.com. That's where you can order your own subscription box, get your own 24/7 nutritionist who will customize everything for you if you'd like. Or you can go to our store locator on our site. You can find us in Target, Walmart, Sprouts. You can find a store near you with our store locator. And we're on Instagram at Bumpin Blends.
Okay, that's a wrap. I hope you get some great insights hearing from a company that is actively selling their products to moms, the learnings they've had along the way, the ways they've evolved, the messages that they've learned to hone in on. I hope it sparks some ideas for your own business as you're trying to get your products or services into the hands of more moms that can use them. Tune in next week as we dig into video and video ideas from an agency owner that serves very large brands. And he's going to break down some video tips and ideas and examples of where it's worked well to target women specifically. Until next week, God bless.